They thought destroying my promotion would end my career at Meridian Financial. 3 months later, I was walking into the boardroom as the wife of their new CEO, watching their faces drain of color as they realized what their sabotage had actually accomplished. Before we jump back in, tell us where you're tuning in from, and if this story touches you, make sure you're subscribed, because tomorrow, I've saved something extra special for you. The email notification chimed on my laptop at precisely 9:47 on a Tuesday morning that should have changed everything. Instead, it became the moment I learned that 3 years of exceptional performance, countless overtime hours, and unwavering dedication to Meridian Financial meant absolutely nothing when measured against the power of coordinated workplace sabotage. Dear Ms. Alexandra Mitchell, the message began, with the kind of formal tone that immediately signals disappointment. After careful consideration of all candidates for the senior portfolio manager position, we have decided to move forward with an internal candidate whose qualifications more closely align with our current strategic objectives. I stared at the words on my screen, reading them twice before their full meaning settled into my consciousness, like stones dropping into still water. The promotion I had been promised, the role I had been preparing for through additional certifications and advanced training, the opportunity that represented the natural progression of my career trajectory had been awarded to someone else. More specifically, it had been awarded to Derek Thornfield, a colleague whose primary qualification appeared to be his exceptional ability to navigate office politics rather than manage client portfolios. The rational part of my mind acknowledged that disappointments were inevitable in any competitive professional environment. Promotions were limited resources, and qualified candidates often outnumbered available positions. However, the circumstances surrounding this particular decision contained elements that transcended normal business considerations and entered territory that felt distinctly personal and deliberately undermining. 3 weeks earlier, I had submitted my final presentation for the promotion consideration process. The comprehensive portfolio strategy analysis had required months of research, market evaluation, and client assessment. My proposal outlined innovative approaches to risk management that could potentially increase client returns while reducing exposure to market volatility. The financial modeling demonstrated projected improvements that exceeded industry benchmarks by significant margins. Independent validation from external consultants confirmed that my methodology was both sound and innovative. The presentation had been scheduled for the executive conference room at 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, allowing sufficient time for thorough discussion and questions from the promotion committee. I had arrived 15 minutes early to ensure that all technical equipment was functioning properly and that my materials were organized for maximum impact. The committee members began arriving at the scheduled time, but with each passing minute it became apparent that something was fundamentally wrong with the logistics of the meeting. The projector, which had been tested and confirmed operational that morning, suddenly displayed error messages that prevented any visual presentation of my carefully prepared materials. The printed handouts, which had been professionally bound and distributed to committee members in advance, were nowhere to be found in the conference room. Most critically, the financial modeling software that contained the core calculations supporting my proposal had been corrupted in a manner that made real-time demonstration impossible. The technical difficulties might have been attributed to unfortunate coincidence, except for the pattern of similar problems that had affected my work throughout the preceding month. Client files had mysteriously disappeared from shared databases, requiring hours of reconstruction from backup systems. Meeting invitations had been sent with incorrect times or locations, causing me to miss critical discussions with potential clients. Email communications had been delayed or misdirected in ways that created confusion about project timelines and deliverables. Initially, I had attributed these problems to the inevitable glitches that accompany complex technology systems in busy professional environments. However, the consistent nature of the issues, combined with their strategic timing to maximize disruption of my promotion preparation, suggested coordination rather than coincidence. The technical problems appeared designed to create doubt about my organizational capabilities and attention to detail, precisely the qualities that were essential for success in the senior portfolio manager role. Derek Thornfield, meanwhile, had experienced no such difficulties with his promotion preparation. His presentation had proceeded without technical interruption, His materials had been perfectly organized and accessible, and his financial projections had been displayed with crystal clarity. The contrast between our experiences was stark enough to raise questions about the fairness of the evaluation process, but not obvious enough to constitute grounds for formal complaint through human resources channels. The politics of the situation became clearer through conversations with trusted colleagues who had observed the promotion process from various perspectives. Sarah Chen, a senior analyst who had worked closely with both Derek and myself on client presentations, mentioned that she had noticed unusual collaboration between Derek and Marcus Webb, the IT security specialist, who maintained access to all financial databases and technical systems. "I probably should not be sharing this," Sarah had confided during a private coffee meeting the week before the promotion decision was announced. "But I saw Marcus in Derek's office multiple times during the past month, and they were looking at schedules and system logs that seemed related to your project work. It might be completely innocent, but the timing felt strange given that Derek was competing against you for the same position." Jennifer Lopez, who managed the administrative coordination for executive presentations, had observed similar patterns of unusual cooperation between Derek and various support staff members. Meeting room reservations that should have been straightforward had become complicated for my presentations while remaining seamless for Derek's activities. Technical support requests that normally received prompt attention had been delayed when submitted on my behalf while receiving immediate response for Derek's needs. The evidence remained circumstantial rather than conclusive, but the pattern suggested systematic coordination designed to disadvantage my promotion candidacy while enhancing Derek's competitive position. The realization that colleagues whom I had trusted and supported throughout my tenure at Meridian Financial had been actively working to undermine my professional advancement was more devastating than the loss of the promotion itself. The morning after receiving the rejection email, I requested a feedback meeting with Victoria Sterling, the senior vice president, who had chaired the promotion committee. Victoria had been a mentor figure throughout my career development, providing guidance on client management strategies and professional growth opportunities. Her perspective on the decision-making process would help me understand what had gone wrong and how to improve my candidacy for future opportunities. The meeting took place in Victoria's corner office, which overlooked the city's financial district and provided a view of the competing firms where many of our colleagues had built successful careers. Victoria's demeanor was professional but noticeably uncomfortable, suggesting that the promotion decision had involved considerations beyond simple merit-based evaluation. "Alexandra, your work quality has always been exceptional," Victoria began, choosing her words with careful precision. "Your client portfolio performance consistently exceeds targets. Your analytical capabilities are among the strongest in our department, and your commitment to professional development demonstrates serious career ambition. Under normal circumstances, you would have been the obvious choice for this promotion." The qualification embedded in her statement immediately raised questions about what constituted abnormal circumstances and how they had influenced the decision-making process. Victoria continued with explanations that revealed more about organizational politics than about my professional capabilities or limitations. However, there were concerns raised about your collaborative approach and team integration. Some committee members felt that your independent work style might create challenges in a senior management role that requires extensive coordination with other departments and external stakeholders. The feedback was particularly frustrating because it contradicted years of performance evaluations that had consistently praised my teamwork and collaborative leadership. Client testimonials regularly highlighted my ability to coordinate complex projects involving multiple specialists and external consultants. Peer reviews had repeatedly recognized my contributions to team success and my willingness to mentor junior colleagues. Victoria's explanations suggested that the promotion committee had received information about my collaborative capabilities that contradicted the documented evidence of my actual performance. The discrepancy implied that someone had deliberately misrepresented my working relationships and team contributions to create doubt about my suitability for advancement. Can you provide specific examples of situations where my collaborative approach was considered problematic? I asked, seeking concrete information that might clarify the basis for these concerns. Victoria's response was revealing in its vagueness and reluctance to identify sources or specific incidents. The feedback was more about general observations regarding your preference for independent problem-solving rather than team-based approaches. Committee members felt that this tendency might limit your effectiveness in a role that requires extensive delegation and collaborative decision-making. The characterization of my work style as overly independent was particularly ironic, given that my most significant professional achievements had resulted from successful team leadership and collaborative project management. The disconnect between reality and perception suggested that the committee had been influenced by deliberately misleading information about my professional approach and capabilities. Following the meeting with Victoria, I began conducting discrete inquiries to understand how my collaborative style had been portrayed to the promotion committee. Conversations with colleagues who had worked closely with me on recent projects revealed a disturbing pattern of misrepresentation and selective information sharing that had shaped committee perceptions in ways that contradicted documented evidence of my actual performance. James Rodriguez, a portfolio analyst who had collaborated with me on several major client presentations, mentioned that he had been interviewed by Derek about my working style and team management approach. Derek said he was gathering feedback for the promotion committee about all candidates, James explained. He asked specifically about times when you had made decisions without consulting the team, or when you had disagreed with group recommendations. The questions Derek had posed were designed to elicit responses that could be interpreted as evidence of poor collaborative skills, regardless of the actual context or outcomes of the situations being discussed. By focusing on instances of independent decision-making rather than successful team leadership, Derek had collected information that could be presented to support claims about my allegedly problematic work style. Preparing and narrating this story took us a lot of time, so if you are enjoying it, subscribe to our channel. It means a lot to us. Now back to the story. Similar conversations had occurred with other colleagues throughout the department, creating a systematic collection of selectively interpreted anecdotes that portrayed my professional strengths as potential weaknesses. The strategy was sophisticated enough to create plausible concerns about my promotion candidacy while remaining subtle enough to avoid obvious manipulation of the evaluation process. The discovery of Derek's information gathering campaign provided crucial insight into the methods that had been used to sabotage my promotion. However, it also revealed the extent to which workplace politics could override merit-based decision-making, and the difficulty of defending against coordinated efforts to undermine professional reputation through selective interpretation of normal business activities. The immediate aftermath of the promotion disappointment required significant emotional and strategic adjustment. The financial implications were substantial, as the senior portfolio manager role included salary increases and bonus opportunities that would have improved my long-term economic security. The professional implications were equally significant, as the promotion would have provided access to higher-profile clients and more complex projects that could have accelerated my career development. More challenging than the practical consequences was the psychological impact of recognizing that professional excellence was insufficient protection against coordinated sabotage by colleagues who prioritized personal advancement over ethical business practices. The realization that trust and collaboration could be exploited as vulnerabilities rather than respected as professional strengths required fundamental reconsideration of my approach to workplace relationships and career development. However, the experience also provided valuable lessons about resilience, strategic thinking, and the importance of maintaining dignity when confronting unfair treatment. The sabotage had been designed to create doubt about my capabilities and undermine my confidence in my professional judgment. Refusing to internalize these false narratives became an act of defiance that preserved my sense of self-worth and maintained focus on future opportunities, rather than dwelling on present disappointments. The week following the promotion decision brought additional challenges as Derek began his transition into the senior portfolio manager role. His new authority included oversight of projects that I had developed and client relationships that I had cultivated over years of dedicated service. Watching someone benefit from sabotaging my career while claiming credit for my contributions tested every principle of professional courtesy and emotional restraint that I had maintained throughout my tenure at Meridian Financial. Yet even as I processed the immediate disappointment and strategic setback, I sensed that this experience was preparing me for opportunities that I had not yet identified. The skills required to maintain composure under pressure, analyze complex political situations, and respond strategically to unfair treatment would prove valuable in contexts I could not have anticipated. The sabotage that was intended to end my career advancement was actually providing education about resilience, strategic thinking, and the importance of building authentic professional relationships based on mutual respect rather than political convenience. The story of how workplace betrayal became the foundation for unprecedented personal and professional transformation was just beginning, but the foundation had been established through the painful lessons of recognizing that excellence alone was insufficient without the strategic awareness to navigate complex organizational dynamics and protect against those who prioritized personal advancement over ethical business practices. The morning sun filtered through the floor-to-ceiling windows of my downtown apartment as I prepared for another day at Meridian Financial, but the routine that had once energized me now carried the burden of navigating a workplace transformed by betrayal and diminished expectations. 3 weeks had passed since Derek Thornfield's promotion announcement, and the organizational dynamics had shifted in ways that made clear how thoroughly my professional standing had been undermined by the coordinated sabotage campaign. The commute downtown provided 25 minutes of solitude to process the strategic implications of my situation, while maintaining the emotional equilibrium necessary for professional excellence despite personal disappointment. The city's financial district bustled with ambitious professionals whose career trajectories remained uncompromised by workplace politics, serving as a reminder that success remained possible for those who could adapt their strategies to overcome temporary setbacks. Arriving at Meridian Financial's gleaming headquarters, I observed the subtle but unmistakable changes in how colleagues interacted with me following Derek's elevation to senior management. Conversations that had previously included me as an equal contributor now relegated me to peripheral participation. Invitations to strategic planning sessions and client development meetings arrived with decreased frequency or not at all. The informal networks that had supported my professional development had been quietly reconfigured to reflect new power structures that excluded my participation. Derek's transition into the senior portfolio manager role had been accompanied by systematic reassignment of my client relationships and project responsibilities. The accounts I had developed through years of dedicated service were transferred to other portfolio managers, with explanations about optimizing team efficiency and balancing workload distribution. The justifications were professionally reasonable but strategically devastating, removing the foundation of achievements that had previously supported my advancement candidacy. The most challenging aspect of these changes was maintaining professional composure, while watching Derek claim credit for strategies and innovations that had originated from my work. During department meetings, he presented client solutions and portfolio optimization techniques that I had developed, framing them as his own insights rather than acknowledging their actual source. The theft of intellectual property was subtle enough to avoid formal complaint, but obvious enough to create frustration among colleagues who recognized the true origins of his supposedly brilliant contributions. Victoria Sterling, who had previously served as my mentor and advocate, now maintained polite but distant professional relationships that suggested her influence on my behalf had been compromised by political considerations beyond our individual working relationship. Her feedback during our recent evaluation meeting had emphasized the importance of accepting current circumstances while developing patience for future opportunities that might emerge through time and persistence. "Alexandra, your technical capabilities remain exceptional," Victoria had explained during our quarterly review session. "However, organizational dynamics require strategic adaptation to changing circumstances. Sometimes the most valuable professional development occurs through learning to excel within constraints rather than expecting immediate recognition of contributions." The advice contained wisdom about resilience and strategic thinking, but it also revealed the extent to which the sabotage campaign had successfully repositioned me as someone whose career expectations needed adjustment, rather than someone whose potential had been deliberately suppressed through coordinated manipulation. The narrative had shifted from acknowledging unfair treatment to suggesting that my disappointment reflected unrealistic ambitions rather than legitimate grievances about unethical behavior. My daily responsibilities now consisted primarily of analytical support for other portfolio managers rather than direct client relationship management. The work was intellectually engaging but professionally limiting, designed to utilize my technical expertise while preventing the kind of high-visibility client interactions that could lead to independent recognition and advancement opportunities. The assignments were structured to make me valuable to the organization while keeping me dependent on others for career progression. The strategic challenge was determining how to demonstrate continued excellence while building toward future opportunities that existed beyond the current organizational constraints. The sabotage had been effective because it had isolated me from the networks and visibility necessary for advancement within Meridian Financial. Recovery would require either rebuilding internal relationships or developing external options that could provide alternative paths for professional growth. During lunch breaks, I began conducting discrete research about career opportunities at competing financial services firms, where my track record and capabilities might receive more objective evaluation. The industry networking events that had previously seemed optional now became essential for building relationships outside the compromised environment at Meridian Financial. Professional associations and continuing education programs provided opportunities to demonstrate expertise to audiences who had not been influenced by Derek's misinformation campaign. The process of rebuilding professional confidence while maintaining performance standards in a hostile environment required significant emotional and intellectual resources. Each day demanded careful navigation of workplace dynamics that had been deliberately structured to undermine my success while avoiding behaviors that could be interpreted as unprofessional or vindictive. The balance between advocating for fair treatment and maintaining collaborative relationships was delicate and exhausting. 3 colleagues had approached me privately to express concern about the methods used to influence the promotion decision and the subsequent redistribution of my responsibilities. Jennifer Lopez from Administrative Coordination had observed the systematic interference with my presentation logistics and the preferential treatment provided to Derek throughout the evaluation process. James Rodriguez had recognized that his conversations with Derek had been manipulated to create misleading impressions about my collaborative capabilities. Sarah Chen had noticed the unusual cooperation between Derek and IT personnel that had facilitated technical problems affecting my work. However, their observations remained private expressions of concern rather than formal complaints through human resources channels. The evidence was circumstantial rather than conclusive, and challenging Derek's promotion would require documentation and witness statements that could jeopardize their own career security. The political risks of supporting me against someone who now held senior management authority were significant enough to discourage formal action despite personal sympathy for my situation. The isolation was profound but also clarifying. The experience revealed which relationships were based on mutual professional respect versus political convenience, which colleagues possessed genuine integrity versus strategic opportunism, and which organizational values were authentic versus superficial rhetoric designed to create positive workplace culture without requiring ethical behavior from influential individuals. During this period of professional marginalization, I discovered unexpected opportunities for skill development and strategic thinking that would prove valuable in contexts I could not have anticipated. The analytical work that was intended to limit my visibility actually provided comprehensive education about the financial strategies and client management approaches used throughout the organization. My reduced responsibilities created time for additional certification programs and advanced training that enhanced my qualifications beyond what had been possible during more demanding client management roles. The adversity also strengthened qualities of resilience, strategic patience, and emotional intelligence that were essential for leadership roles but difficult to develop through normal professional advancement. Learning to maintain excellence while facing unfair treatment, to respond strategically rather than reactively to workplace politics, and to preserve dignity when others attempted to undermine professional reputation required character development that would prove valuable throughout my career regardless of immediate circumstances. Evening hours became opportunities for reflection and strategic planning, rather than social activities or leisure pursuits. The apartment that had once served primarily as a place to rest between demanding workdays now became a sanctuary for processing the complex emotions associated with professional betrayal, while developing plans for recovery and advancement through alternative approaches. The city lights visible from my apartment windows served as reminders that countless professionals faced similar challenges, and that individual setbacks were temporary rather than permanent obstacles to achievement. The financial district remained full of opportunities for those who could demonstrate value despite political disadvantages, and my current situation was preparing me for future success in ways that conventional career progression might not have provided. Reading became a source of both professional education and emotional sustenance during this period of career transition. Biographies of successful business leaders revealed common patterns of overcoming workplace politics, professional setbacks, and coordinated opposition through strategic thinking, persistent excellence, and careful relationship building. The stories provided evidence that current circumstances were neither unique nor insurmountable, and that adversity often preceded breakthrough achievements for those who maintained focus on long-term objectives rather than immediate gratification. Financial markets analysis became a form of meditation that engaged analytical capabilities while providing perspective on the cyclical nature of success and failure in competitive environments. The patterns of market recovery following significant downturns offered metaphors for personal resilience and strategic patience during periods when immediate progress seemed impossible. The discipline required for successful investment strategies paralleled the emotional regulation necessary for navigating workplace adversity without compromising professional integrity. Physical fitness became essential for maintaining the energy and mental clarity necessary for strategic thinking under pressure. The discipline of regular exercise provided structure during a period when professional routines had been disrupted by changed responsibilities and diminished opportunities. The endorphins from physical activity helped maintain optimism and emotional stability when workplace interactions threatened to create cynicism or resentment. Nutrition and sleep patterns required careful attention to support the increased stress associated with navigating hostile workplace dynamics while maintaining performance excellence. The temptation to cope through unhealthy habits or emotional eating was strong, but preserving physical and mental health was essential for the strategic thinking and professional stamina that would be required for eventual career recovery. The support of family members and close friends outside the financial services industry provided perspective on the situation that was invaluable for maintaining balanced judgment about appropriate responses to unfair treatment. Their observations about my character and capabilities were not influenced by organizational politics or professional competition, providing authentic feedback that contradicted the negative narratives that had been constructed to justify my career limitations. My younger sister Emma, who worked in healthcare administration, offered insights about workplace dynamics and professional resilience that helped normalize my experience while providing encouragement about future possibilities. Her perspective on maintaining integrity in challenging professional environments reminded me that ethical behavior was valuable regardless of immediate recognition, and that character was measured by responses to adversity, rather than reactions to success. Tal för mig the bättre. My parents, who had built successful careers in education through decades of dedicated service, provided examples of how professional fulfillment could be achieved through excellence and persistence, despite limited recognition or advancement opportunities. Their approach to finding meaning in work through service to others rather than personal advancement offered alternative definitions of career success that reduced the psychological impact of temporary setbacks. The combination of professional isolation and personal support created conditions for deep reflection about career objectives and life priorities that might not have occurred during periods of conventional success. The forced pause in advancement trajectory provided opportunities to evaluate whether my previous goals aligned with authentic values or simply reflected societal expectations about professional achievement and financial success. These reflections revealed that my commitment to financial services was genuine rather than opportunistic, based on intellectual interest in market dynamics and client service rather than simply ambition for status and compensation. The discovery that my professional passion survived workplace politics and personal disappointment provided confidence that persistence would eventually lead to opportunities for meaningful contribution regardless of current organizational constraints. The period of reduced responsibilities and professional marginalization was preparing me for future opportunities that would require exactly the qualities I was developing through adversity. Strategic thinking under pressure, emotional regulation in hostile environments, and the ability to maintain excellence despite unfair treatment were leadership capabilities that could not be developed through conventional career advancement, but were essential for success in complex organizational and competitive situations. The sabotage that was intended to end my career advancement was actually providing education about resilience, strategic patience, and authentic professional relationships that would prove invaluable when future opportunities emerged. The experience was teaching me to recognize and value genuine integrity in colleagues, while developing the wisdom to protect against those who prioritized personal advancement over ethical business practices. As the weeks passed and the immediate shock of betrayal faded into strategic acceptance of changed circumstances, I began to sense that this period of apparent career limitation was actually preparing me for opportunities that I had not yet identified. The skills and character qualities I was developing through adversity would prove valuable in contexts that remained unknown, but the foundation was being established through the painful but necessary process of learning to excel, despite unfair treatment, while maintaining dignity and strategic focus on long-term objectives, rather than immediate gratification. The Metropolitan Financial Services Conference attracted over 2,000 professionals from across the region, representing investment firms, banking institutions, insurance companies, and regulatory agencies whose collective expertise shaped the industry's future direction. Alexandra Mitchell had registered for the three-day event primarily as professional development rather than networking opportunity, seeking advanced education in portfolio management techniques that could enhance her capabilities despite current workplace limitations. The conference venue, a sophisticated downtown hotel complex with multiple presentation spaces and networking areas, buzzed with animated conversations about market trends, regulatory changes, and strategic opportunities that defined contemporary financial services. Alexandra moved through the crowds with professional confidence that masked the personal challenges she faced at Meridian Financial, while engaging with industry content that reminded her why she had chosen this career path despite recent setbacks. Thursday morning's keynote presentation focused on emerging technologies in financial analysis and their implications for traditional portfolio management approaches. Alexandra took comprehensive notes while observing how other professionals engaged with complex technical concepts, seeking insights that could be applied to her current analytical responsibilities, while building toward future advancement opportunities in organizations that valued merit over politics. During the first networking break, Alexandra approached the registration desk to confirm her enrollment in afternoon workshop sessions focused on advanced risk assessment methodologies. The conference organizer, a friendly woman named Patricia, reviewed the schedule while mentioning that several sessions had reached capacity due to higher than expected attendance. You might want to consider the alternative session on strategic leadership in financial services, Patricia suggested, indicating an option that had not appeared on Alexandra's original planning list. The presenter is someone who has built an impressive reputation for transforming organizational culture while achieving exceptional financial performance. The content could be valuable even if leadership is not your immediate focus. The leadership session was scheduled in one of the smaller conference rooms, suggesting either limited interest in the topic or the presenter's preference for more intimate discussion format. Alexandra decided to attend based on Patricia's recommendation and her own recognition that leadership skills would be essential for future career advancement regardless of current organizational constraints. The session presenter was introduced as Michael Harrison, founder and managing director of Harrison Strategic Advisors, a consulting firm specializing in organizational transformation for financial services companies. His credentials included successful leadership positions at major investment firms, advanced degrees in both business administration and organizational psychology, and a track record of improving performance at companies that had struggled with internal dysfunction and competitive challenges. Michael Harrison appeared younger than Alexandra had expected based on his impressive background, probably in his early 40s, with distinguished graying at his temples that suggested wisdom earned through experience rather than simply academic preparation. His presentation style was engaging without being theatrical, combining practical business insights with genuine understanding of the human dynamics that determined organizational success or failure. The most significant challenges facing financial services organizations today are not technical or regulatory, Michael began, addressing the audience of approximately 30 professionals who had chosen to attend his session. They are cultural and relational. Companies fail to achieve their potential because talented individuals are prevented from contributing their capabilities due to political dynamics, communication breakdowns, and leadership approaches that prioritize short-term relationships over long-term performance. His opening observations resonated strongly with Alexandra's recent experience at Meridian Financial, where her technical capabilities had been rendered irrelevant by political manipulation and coordinated sabotage. The presentation continued with detailed analysis of how organizational politics could suppress innovation and prevent companies from utilizing their human resources effectively. I have observed repeatedly that organizations possess the talent necessary for exceptional performance, but structural and cultural obstacles prevent that talent from being recognized and developed appropriately. Michael continued, using specific examples from consulting engagements without revealing confidential information about his clients. The most transformative changes occur when leadership systems are redesigned to identify and reward genuine competence rather than political skill. Alexandra found herself taking notes not only about the general principles Michael presented, but also about their specific application to her current situation. His insights about navigating organizational dysfunction while maintaining professional integrity provided practical guidance that extended beyond theoretical leadership concepts to address real-world challenges that talented professionals faced in political work environments. The session included interactive discussions where participants shared experiences with organizational challenges and collaborative problem-solving approaches. Alexandra contributed observations about the difficulty of maintaining performance excellence when workplace dynamics discouraged authentic collaboration, receiving validation from other professionals who had encountered similar obstacles in their careers. Michael's responses to participant questions revealed sophisticated understanding of the psychological and strategic dimensions of workplace politics, without cynicism or bitterness toward organizations that struggled with these issues. His approach emphasized constructive solutions and systematic improvements, rather than simply identifying problems or assigning blame to individuals who created dysfunction. During the final portion of his presentation, Michael discussed the importance of building professional networks that transcended individual organizational limitations and provided alternative pathways for career development when internal advancement opportunities were constrained by political considerations. His advice about maintaining strategic patience while actively developing capabilities and relationships provided exactly the guidance Alexandra needed for her current circumstances. The session concluded with an invitation for individual consultation for participants who wanted to discuss specific career challenges or organizational improvement strategies. Alexandra approached Michael during the networking break that followed, introducing herself and expressing appreciation for insights that directly addressed situations she was currently navigating in her own professional experience. "I work in portfolio management at Meridian Financial," Alexandra explained, providing context that would help Michael understand her background and current challenges. "Your observations about talented individuals being prevented from contributing due to political dynamics describe exactly what I am experiencing. I would value the opportunity to discuss strategic approaches for maintaining excellence while building toward future opportunities." Michael's response indicated genuine interest in her situation rather than polite professional courtesy. Meridian Financial has an excellent reputation for technical expertise and client service, but I have heard from other professionals that internal advancement can be challenging due to political considerations. I would be happy to continue this conversation if you have time for coffee following the afternoon sessions. The invitation represented exactly the kind of professional relationship that could provide guidance and perspective during her current period of career transition. Alexandra accepted immediately, recognizing that Michael's experience and insights could be valuable regardless of whether their conversation led to additional consulting or networking opportunities. The afternoon workshop sessions focused on technical aspects of portfolio optimization and risk management that directly related to Alexandra's current responsibilities at Meridian Financial. She participated actively in discussions while anticipating her upcoming conversation with Michael, sensing that the conference was providing both professional education and potentially transformative networking opportunities. The hotel's lobby cafe provided an appropriate setting for professional conversation that allowed privacy while maintaining the formal boundaries appropriate for initial consulting discussions. Michael arrived punctually at the agreed time, carrying a leather portfolio that suggested he approached even informal conversations with professional preparation and organization. "Tell me about your specific situation at Meridian Financial," Michael began after they had ordered coffee and found a quiet table away from other conference attendees. "I am interested in understanding both the technical aspects of your work and the organizational dynamics that are creating challenges for your advancement." Alexandra provided a comprehensive overview of her background, performance history, and the recent promotion process that had resulted in systematic sabotage of her candidacy by colleagues who had prioritized political considerations over merit-based evaluation. She described the technical interference, misinformation campaigns, and relationship manipulation that had been used to undermine her professional reputation while enhancing her competitors' advancement prospects. Michael listened attentively without interruption, asking clarifying questions that demonstrated his understanding of both the technical and political dimensions of her experience. His responses indicated that her situation was not unique in the industry and that the methods used against her represented common patterns of workplace sabotage that affected talented professionals who threatened established power structures. The coordination and sophistication of what you describe suggests systematic planning rather than opportunistic competition, Michael observed, providing analysis that validated Alexandra's perceptions about the deliberate nature of the campaign against her. This level of organized interference typically occurs when someone perceives exceptional talent as a threat to their own advancement or organizational influence. His assessment provided professional validation that her experience represented genuine injustice rather than normal competitive disappointment. The confirmation that her analysis was accurate helped restore confidence in her judgment and strategic thinking capabilities that had been undermined by months of workplace gaslighting and relationship manipulation. "What are your objectives for moving forward?" Michael asked, shifting the conversation from analysis of past problems toward strategic planning for future opportunities. "Are you seeking to address these issues within Meridian Financial or developing alternatives that could provide advancement through external opportunities?" Alexandra explained that her current approach focused on maintaining excellence while building external relationships and exploring opportunities at competing firms that might provide more objective evaluation of her capabilities. She acknowledged uncertainty about whether internal relationship repair was possible, given the extent of damage that had been created by the sabotage campaign and her competitor's new position of authority. Michael's response demonstrated strategic thinking about career development that extended beyond immediate problem-solving to address long-term professional positioning and relationship building. His advice integrated practical considerations about industry dynamics, with sophisticated understanding of organizational psychology and change management principles. "Your technical capabilities and performance history provide strong foundation for advancement opportunities, but recovery from coordinated sabotage requires strategic approaches that address both professional reputation and industry network development," Michael explained, outlining a comprehensive approach to career recovery that acknowledged both challenges and opportunities. The conversation continued for over an hour as Michael provided detailed guidance about networking strategies, professional development priorities, and organizational assessment criteria that could help Alexandra identify firms where her capabilities would receive appropriate recognition and advancement opportunities. His insights revealed extensive knowledge of industry dynamics and hiring practices that could be invaluable for strategic career planning. As their discussion progressed, Alexandra recognized that Michael possessed not only professional expertise, but also personal qualities of integrity, strategic thinking, and genuine concern for professional development that were rare in her experience with industry contacts. His approach to consulting emphasized empowerment and capability building rather than dependency on external guidance, suggesting authentic commitment to client success rather than simply business development. "I would be interested in continuing our professional relationship through formal consulting engagement," Michael offered as their conversation approached a natural conclusion. "Your situation represents exactly the kind of challenge where strategic guidance can create significant positive impact, and I believe you have exceptional potential for advancement when provided with appropriate opportunities and support." The consulting proposal represented more than professional service. It offered access to industry networks, strategic guidance, and professional advocacy that could transform her current circumstances into advancement opportunities. Alexandra accepted the engagement immediately, recognizing that Michael's expertise and connections could provide exactly the resources she needed for career recovery and future growth. As they exchanged contact information and discussed next steps for their consulting relationship, Alexandra observed that Michael approached professional relationships with the same strategic thinking and ethical standards that had been absent from her recent experience at Meridian Financial. His commitment to merit-based evaluation and authentic collaboration provided hope that her capabilities could receive appropriate recognition in different organizational contexts. The conference had provided more than professional education and networking opportunities. The encounter with Michael Harrison represented a potential transformation in her career trajectory that could address both the immediate challenges created by workplace sabotage and the long-term objectives for advancement and professional fulfillment that had motivated her career development throughout her tenure in financial services. Leaving the cafe, Alexandra reflected on how a professional development event that she had approached with modest expectations had connected her with exactly the guidance and advocacy she needed for strategic career recovery. The relationship with Michael promised to provide not only consulting services but also access to industry networks and advancement opportunities that could transform her current circumstances into future success. The evening provided time for processing the day's experiences and beginning strategic planning based on Michael's guidance and the consulting relationship they had established. The combination of professional validation, practical advice, and networking opportunities had created foundation for recovery from workplace sabotage, while building toward advancement possibilities that extended beyond her current organizational limitations. The hotel room overlooking the city's financial district served as a temporary office for reviewing conference materials and developing action plans based on the insights and relationships she had gained during the day's sessions. The view of competing firms' headquarters reminded her that talent and ambition could find recognition and advancement opportunities regardless of temporary setbacks or political obstacles encountered in any individual organization. The consulting relationship with Michael Harrison represented more than professional service engagement. It provided access to strategic thinking, industry expertise, and advocacy that could transform her current period of career limitation into preparation for advancement opportunities that aligned with her capabilities and professional objectives, while connecting her with networks that valued merit over politics. The consulting engagement with Michael Harrison commenced 2 weeks following the Metropolitan Financial Services Conference. Through a comprehensive strategy session designed to assess Alexandra's current professional circumstances and develop systematic approaches for career advancement, despite the constraints imposed by recent workplace sabotage. The initial meeting occurred at Harrison's Strategic Advisors' downtown offices, which occupied an entire floor of a prestigious business tower and reflected the sophisticated capabilities of a consulting firm serving major financial institutions. Michael's office environment conveyed professional excellence through carefully selected furnishings that balanced contemporary design with classical elements suggesting stability and established expertise. The space included advanced presentation technology for client meetings, alongside comfortable seating arrangements that facilitated extended strategic discussions. Floor-to-ceiling windows provided panoramic views of the financial district, where many of his consulting clients maintained their headquarters, creating an appropriate atmosphere for serious professional planning. The strategic assessment process began with comprehensive review of Alexandra's career trajectory, performance documentation, and professional accomplishments that established her credentials independent of recent political interference at Meridian Financial. Michael requested detailed information about her educational background, certification achievements, client relationships, and project outcomes that could demonstrate her capabilities to prospective employers or advancement opportunities within her current organization. Your track record reveals consistent excellence that transcends any temporary setbacks created by organizational politics, Michael observed while reviewing her portfolio documentation. The challenge lies not in establishing your qualifications, but in positioning these qualifications appropriately for decision-makers who have not been influenced by the misinformation campaigns you have experienced. His analysis provided professional validation, while acknowledging the strategic complexity of overcoming coordinated sabotage that had affected both internal and potentially external perceptions of her professional reputation. The assessment continued with detailed discussion of industry trends, competitive dynamics, and organizational cultures that could provide advancement opportunities aligned with her capabilities and career objectives. Michael's consulting methodology emphasized collaborative strategic development rather than prescriptive recommendations, engaging Alexandra as an active participant in creating solutions rather than passive recipient of expert advice. His approach reflected sophisticated understanding of change management principles and recognition that sustainable career transformation required internal ownership of strategic decisions rather than external direction. Successful career recovery from political interference requires strategies that address both immediate tactical concerns and long-term positioning objectives, Michael explained while outlining a comprehensive framework for their consulting engagement. We need to develop approaches that restore your professional reputation while building toward advancement opportunities that transcend current organizational limitations. The strategic framework included multiple components designed to address different aspects of career development and reputation management. Professional network expansion would connect Alexandra with industry contacts who could provide objective assessment of her capabilities. Skills enhancement through targeted certification and advanced training would strengthen her competitive positioning. Industry visibility through speaking engagements and professional publication would establish thought leadership credentials independent of internal organizational recognition. Most importantly, the strategy included systematic evaluation of alternative employment opportunities that could provide advancement paths unavailable at Meridian Financial due to entrenched political dynamics and damaged relationships resulting from the sabotage campaign. Michael's extensive industry network provided access to executive recruiters and hiring managers who valued merit-based evaluation over political considerations. The consulting relationship evolved naturally from professional service engagement toward collaborative partnership as Alexandra and Michael discovered shared perspectives on business ethics, strategic thinking, and the importance of organizational cultures that supported excellence rather than political maneuvering. Their working sessions extended beyond scheduled consulting time as strategic discussions developed into broader conversations about industry trends and professional philosophy. Michael's approach to consulting revealed personal values that aligned with Alexandra's commitment to integrity and excellence in professional relationships. His emphasis on sustainable success through competence rather than political manipulation demonstrated authentic dedication to client advancement rather than simply business development for his consulting practice. The consistency between his professional advice and personal conduct created foundation for trust that extended beyond traditional consulting relationships. During their third strategic session, Michael shared insights about his own career development that revealed experiences with organizational politics and professional setbacks that had informed his consulting expertise. His background included leadership positions at major investment firms, where he had observed talented professionals being marginalized by political considerations and organizations failing to achieve potential due to cultural dysfunction. My decision to establish independent consulting practice was motivated partly by frustration with organizational cultures that prevented talented individuals from contributing their capabilities effectively, Michael explained during a discussion about career motivation and professional satisfaction. I recognized that external perspective could help both individuals and organizations overcome political obstacles that prevented optimal performance and advancement. His personal disclosure created deeper connection while maintaining appropriate professional boundaries within their consulting relationship. Alexandra appreciated his willingness to share relevant experience that demonstrated understanding of her situation, while providing evidence of successful transition from organizational constraints to independent professional achievement. The strategic planning process revealed that Alexandra's career objectives aligned with emerging opportunities in the financial services industry, where organizations were seeking professionals who combined technical expertise with strategic thinking and ethical leadership capabilities. Michael's analysis of market trends indicated increasing demand for portfolio managers who could navigate complex regulatory environments while maintaining client satisfaction and organizational performance. Your combination of analytical capabilities and client relationship skills positions you well for advancement opportunities at firms that prioritize long-term performance over short-term political considerations, Michael assessed while reviewing potential target organizations for her career development strategy. The key lies in identifying organizations whose cultures support merit-based advancement and connecting with decision-makers who value authentic competence. The consulting engagement included practical implementation of networking strategies through industry events, where Michael could provide introductions to influential contacts who might offer advancement opportunities or professional advocacy. His established relationships with executive recruiters and hiring managers provided access to opportunities that might not be advertised publicly or available through traditional application processes. Alexandra's participation in industry conferences and professional associations increased significantly as part of their strategic plan for building external recognition and expanding her network beyond Meridian Financial's organizational boundaries. These activities provided opportunities to demonstrate expertise through presentations and panel discussions while connecting with professionals who had not been influenced by recent political interference. The enhanced industry visibility began generating inquiries from executive recruiters who had learned about Alexandra's capabilities through conference presentations and professional networking activities. Michael provided guidance about evaluating these opportunities, while maintaining strategic focus on organizations that offered genuine advancement potential, rather than simply alternative employment situations. As their professional relationship deepened through successful implementation of strategic initiatives, Alexandra began observing personal qualities in Michael that extended beyond his consulting expertise. His integrity in business dealings, strategic thinking under pressure, and genuine concern for professional development revealed character traits that were increasingly rare in her experience with industry relationships. Michael's approach to client relationships emphasized long-term success rather than short-term engagement fees, often providing guidance and advocacy that extended beyond formal consulting agreements. His commitment to authentic professional development, rather than superficial relationship management, demonstrated values that aligned with Alexandra's own standards for ethical business conduct. Their strategic sessions increasingly included discussions about organizational culture and leadership philosophy that revealed shared perspectives on business ethics and professional excellence. Michael's insights about creating sustainable success through authentic relationships and competence-based advancement reflected principles that resonated strongly with Alexandra's own professional values and career objectives. The consulting relationship provided more than strategic guidance and industry access. It offered intellectual stimulation through collaborative problem-solving and strategic analysis that had been absent from Alexandra's recent experience at Meridian Financial. Michael's sophisticated understanding of business dynamics and organizational psychology challenged her thinking while validating her analytical capabilities and strategic insights. During strategic planning sessions, Alexandra found herself contributing observations and recommendations that enhanced Michael's consulting methodology and client service approaches. Their collaboration became genuinely bidirectional, as her industry experience and analytical expertise provided valuable perspectives that informed his consulting practice while he provided strategic guidance and network access for her career development. The professional chemistry between them was evident in the quality of strategic solutions they developed collaboratively, and the efficiency of their communication about complex business concepts and relationship dynamics. Their working relationship achieved the kind of intellectual compatibility and shared standards that enabled exceptional performance while maintaining appropriate professional boundaries. Michael's business travel schedule occasionally required consultation sessions through video conferences or extended meetings that accommodated his client commitments. During these interactions, Alexandra observed his professionalism with other clients and his consistent application of the ethical standards and strategic thinking that characterized their own consulting relationship. The consulting engagement was producing measurable results in terms of expanded professional network, enhanced industry visibility, and increased opportunities for advancement through external organizations. However, the relationship was also providing intangible benefits, including restored confidence in her professional judgment, validation of her capabilities by someone with extensive industry experience, and renewed optimism about future career possibilities. Alexandra began recognizing that her attraction to Michael extended beyond appreciation for his consulting expertise and professional advocacy. His character, intelligence, and commitment to authentic professional relationships represented qualities that were personally appealing independent of their business association. The realization created complexity in their professional dynamic while acknowledging emotional development that transcended consulting objectives. The recognition of personal interest coincided with increasing speculation about significant changes in leadership at major financial services firms throughout the region. Industry publications reported executive transitions and organizational restructuring that could create advancement opportunities for professionals with Alexandra's background and capabilities, particularly those with established relationships with strategic consulting resources. Michael's consulting practice had been engaged by several organizations undergoing leadership transitions, providing him with advanced knowledge of opportunities that might not become public for weeks or months. His position within industry networks enabled strategic career positioning that could provide Alexandra with competitive advantages in pursuing advancement opportunities as they emerged. The combination of professional guidance, industry access, and personal connection was creating foundation for transformation that extended beyond simple career recovery toward possibilities that neither Alexandra nor Michael had anticipated when their consulting relationship commenced. The strategic planning process was revealing opportunities for advancement that could address both professional objectives and personal fulfillment through authentic relationships based on shared values and mutual respect. As their consulting engagement approached the 3-month milestone, both Alexandra and Michael recognized that their relationship had evolved beyond traditional professional service toward collaborative partnership that integrated business strategy with personal compatibility. The development required careful navigation to maintain professional integrity, while acknowledging authentic emotional connection that was enhancing rather than compromising their strategic collaboration. The transformation in Alexandra's professional circumstances became evident through a series of strategic opportunities that emerged from her enhanced industry visibility and the systematic networking initiatives implemented through her consulting relationship with Michael Harrison. 4 months after their professional partnership commenced, Alexandra received an invitation to present at the Regional Portfolio Management Excellence Summit, a prestigious conference that attracted senior executives from major financial institutions throughout the metropolitan area. The speaking opportunity represented significant advancement in industry recognition, as the conference organizers selected presenters based on demonstrated expertise and innovative approaches to portfolio management challenges. Alexandra's presentation proposal focused on advanced risk assessment methodologies that integrated traditional financial analysis with emerging technological tools, showcasing the sophisticated analytical capabilities that had been underutilized at Meridian Financial due to organizational politics and limited advancement opportunities. Michael provided strategic guidance for developing her conference presentation, leveraging his extensive experience with executive communications and industry thought leadership. His recommendations emphasized the importance of balancing technical depth with accessibility for diverse audiences, while positioning her expertise within broader industry trends and competitive advantages that could attract attention from potential employers or advancement opportunities. The presentation development process revealed the full extent of Alexandra's analytical capabilities and strategic thinking about portfolio management innovation. Her research integrated complex financial modeling with practical implementation strategies that demonstrated both theoretical knowledge and operational expertise. Michael recognized that her presentation content exceeded the sophistication typically observed from professionals at her current organizational level, indicating exceptional potential for advancement to senior leadership positions. Your analytical framework represents exactly the kind of innovative thinking that distinguishes industry leaders from technical specialists, Michael observed during their presentation preparation sessions. The integration of advanced modeling techniques with practical risk management applications demonstrates strategic capabilities that would be valuable at the executive level of major financial institutions. His assessment provided validation, while identifying advancement opportunities that could leverage her presentation success for strategic career positioning. The conference would attract executives who made hiring decisions for senior portfolio management positions, creating networking opportunities that could generate interview invitations or consulting engagements leading to permanent advancement possibilities. The Regional Portfolio Management Excellence Summit took place at the Grand Metropolitan Hotel, an elegant venue that reflected the professional stature of participants and the strategic importance of content presented during the 3-day event. Alexandra's presentation was scheduled for the second day during a session focused on innovative approaches to risk management, positioning her alongside recognized industry experts whose presentations would establish context for evaluating her contributions. The audience included portfolio managers, risk assessment specialists, compliance officers, and senior executives from financial institutions throughout the region. Many attendees held decision-making authority for hiring and advancement within their organizations, creating strategic opportunities for professional networking that could transcend the immediate value of presentation content. Alexandra's presentation exceeded expectations through comprehensive analysis that integrated technical sophistication with practical implementation guidance. Her delivery demonstrated confidence and expertise while engaging audience questions that revealed deep understanding of complex portfolio management challenges. The positive audience response included specific inquiries about consulting availability and potential collaboration opportunities with several major financial institutions. Following her presentation, Alexandra received multiple invitations for professional discussions from executives who had been impressed by her analytical capabilities and innovative approaches to risk management. These conversations provided immediate feedback about industry interest in her expertise, while creating networking opportunities that could lead to advancement possibilities within organizations that valued merit-based evaluation over internal political considerations. Michael attended her presentation as professional support and strategic advisor, observing both her performance and audience reactions that could inform their ongoing consulting strategy. His presence provided confidence while enabling real-time assessment of networking opportunities and strategic positioning for follow-up discussions with interested executives. The most significant conversation occurred with Victoria Sterling, who had attended the conference representing Meridian Financial's senior management team. Victoria approached Alexandra following her presentation with expressions of surprise and apparent regret about the organizational dynamics that had prevented similar recognition of her capabilities within their current workplace environment. "Alexandra, your presentation today was exceptional," Victoria acknowledged, with visible discomfort about the contrast between Alexandra's demonstrated expertise and her limited advancement opportunities at Meridian Financial. "The analytical framework you presented represents exactly the kind of innovative thinking our organization needs for competitive positioning. I was not aware that you had developed such sophisticated approaches to risk management integration." The conversation revealed that Victoria had not been fully informed about the scope of Alexandra's capabilities or the systematic interference that had prevented her advancement within the organization. Her surprise about the presentation content suggested that the sabotage campaign had been effective in limiting internal awareness of Alexandra's actual expertise and potential contributions to organizational success. Alexandra responded professionally while recognizing the strategic value of maintaining positive relationships with Meridian Financial executives despite recent workplace challenges. Her approach emphasized appreciation for professional development opportunities, while avoiding direct discussion of political obstacles that had constrained her advancement within the organization. "I appreciate your positive feedback about the presentation," Alexandra replied diplomatically. "The consulting engagement with Harrison Strategic Advisors has provided opportunities to develop and present advanced analytical approaches that integrate well with current industry trends and regulatory requirements." Victoria's expression suggested recognition that Alexandra's professional development had continued beyond organizational boundaries, and that external consulting relationships were enhancing her capabilities in ways that could benefit any financial institution fortunate enough to employ her services. The realization appeared to create concern about potential talent loss and competitive disadvantage for Meridian Financial. The conference networking sessions provided additional opportunities for professional discussions with executives from competing financial institutions who expressed genuine interest in Alexandra's expertise and potential availability for senior portfolio management positions. Several conversations developed into preliminary discussions about organizational culture, advancement opportunities, and compensation packages that could provide attractive alternatives to her current employment situation. Michael facilitated strategic introductions while providing guidance about evaluating potential opportunities and maintaining appropriate boundaries during preliminary discussions. His industry relationships enabled conversations with decision-makers who might not have been accessible through traditional networking approaches, while his consulting expertise provided strategic perspective about organizational assessment and career positioning. The conference concluded with multiple follow-up commitments for professional discussions, consulting opportunities, and potential interview processes with organizations that had been impressed by Alexandra's presentation and expertise. The level of interest exceeded expectations and provided strategic options for career advancement that transcended current organizational limitations at Meridian Financial. During the return trip from the conference, Alexandra and Michael discussed the strategic implications of the industry response to her presentation and the advancement opportunities that were emerging from enhanced professional visibility. The conversation occurred in Michael's car during the 40-minute drive back to downtown offices, providing privacy for strategic planning while acknowledging the personal dimension of their professional relationship. "The response to your presentation confirms what I recognized during our initial consulting discussions," Michael observed while navigating evening traffic through the business district. "Your capabilities position you for advancement to executive levels at major financial institutions. The challenge lies in selecting opportunities that align with your professional objectives, while providing organizational cultures that support continued growth and recognition." His analysis provided validation while acknowledging the complexity of career decision-making, when multiple attractive opportunities were available simultaneously. The strategic planning process would require careful evaluation of organizational cultures, advancement potential, compensation packages, and personal factors that could influence long-term career satisfaction and professional fulfillment. The conversation naturally evolved toward personal topics as professional discussion concluded and comfortable silence developed between them. Alexandra recognized that their relationship had progressed beyond traditional consulting engagement toward authentic friendship that integrated professional collaboration with personal compatibility and mutual attraction. "I want to thank you for the guidance and advocacy you have provided throughout this process," Alexandra said, acknowledging both professional and personal appreciation for Michael's contributions to her career recovery and advancement opportunities. "The consulting relationship has provided more than strategic guidance. It has restored my confidence in professional relationships based on integrity and mutual respect." Michael's response indicated that their collaboration had been mutually beneficial and personally meaningful beyond typical consulting engagement parameters. His investment in her success reflected genuine concern for her professional development rather than simply business relationship management for his consulting practice. "Working with you has been one of the most professionally satisfying consulting engagements I have undertaken," Michael replied with sincerity that suggested authentic, emotional investment in their relationship. "Your analytical capabilities and strategic thinking have contributed to my own professional development, while your integrity and resilience have provided personal inspiration about maintaining excellence despite challenging circumstances." The mutual acknowledgement of personal connection created foundation for discussing the relationship evolution that had occurred alongside professional collaboration. Both recognized that their attraction extended beyond appreciation for professional capabilities toward authentic personal compatibility that could support long-term relationship development independent of consulting objectives. The timing of relationship development coincided with Alexandra's expanded career options and enhanced professional confidence that had resulted from their strategic collaboration. The personal dimension of their connection was emerging from a position of strength rather than professional vulnerability, creating foundation for authentic partnership rather than dependency or convenience. As they arrived at Alexandra's apartment building, the conversation continued in the parking area, where privacy allowed discussion of relationship development without professional constraints. The setting provided appropriate intimacy while maintaining respect for boundaries that had characterized their professional collaboration throughout the consulting engagement. "I think we both recognize that our relationship has evolved beyond professional consultation toward personal connection that deserves acknowledgement and exploration," Michael said, addressing the emotional development that had been implicit in their interactions while maintaining respect for her autonomy and decision-making preferences. Alexandra appreciated his direct approach to relationship discussion, while recognizing that timing was particularly significant, given her expanded career opportunities and the strategic decisions she would need to make about future professional direction. The personal relationship development was enhancing rather than complicating her strategic position, providing emotional support while maintaining independence and professional focus. "I have been aware of my growing attraction to you for several weeks," Alexandra responded honestly, acknowledging feelings that had developed through observation of his character and professional integrity. "The relationship has provided both strategic guidance and personal connection that I value highly. I believe we should explore the personal dimension while maintaining the professional respect and collaboration that has been so beneficial for both of us." The mutual acknowledgement of relationship potential created foundation for continued development while respecting the professional boundaries and strategic objectives that remained important for both individuals. Their connection was based on authentic compatibility rather than workplace convenience or professional necessity, providing foundation for long-term relationship potential that could complement rather than compromise their respective career objectives. The evening concluded with commitment to continued professional collaboration while acknowledging personal relationship development that would be explored through appropriate social activities independent of consulting engagement. The balance between professional and personal dimensions reflected a mature approach to relationship development that honored both career objectives and authentic emotional connection. The transformation in industry perception regarding Alexandra's capabilities became evident through a series of executive interview invitations that emerged during the 2 weeks following her presentation at the Regional Portfolio Management Excellence Summit. The caliber of organizations expressing interest included several of the most prestigious financial institutions in the metropolitan area, each offering senior portfolio management positions that represented significant advancement from her current role at Meridian Financial. The interview process with Sterling Investment Partners commenced with a comprehensive assessment conducted by their executive search firm, which had been engaged to identify candidates for a newly created Senior Vice President of Portfolio Strategy position. The role encompassed responsibility for managing institutional client relationships worth over $2 billion, while leading a team of 12 portfolio managers and risk assessment specialists across multiple investment strategies. Michael provided strategic guidance for interview preparation while maintaining professional boundaries that respected the confidential nature of her candidacy with competing firms. His consulting expertise proved invaluable for understanding organizational cultures and positioning her capabilities appropriately for different interview contexts, while avoiding conflicts of interest that could compromise either professional relationship. The Sterling Investment Partners interview process revealed sophisticated evaluation methodologies that assessed both technical expertise and leadership capabilities through case study analysis, strategic presentation requirements, and behavioral assessment interviews with multiple senior executives. Alexandra's performance exceeded expectations across all evaluation components, demonstrating the analytical capabilities and strategic thinking that had been underutilized at Meridian Financial due to organizational politics. During the final interview with Sterling's executive committee, Alexandra presented a comprehensive strategic analysis of portfolio optimization opportunities within their current client base that identified potential for significant performance improvements through risk management enhancement and diversification strategies. Her recommendations demonstrated deep understanding of their business model while proposing innovative approaches that could provide competitive advantages within the institutional investment management sector. The executive committee response indicated genuine enthusiasm for her strategic insights and leadership potential, with several members expressing surprise that someone with her capabilities remained available in the regional talent market. The feedback suggested that her presentation had established her as the preferred candidate for the position while validating the strategic approach Michael had recommended for career positioning and interview preparation. Simultaneously, Alexandra was progressing through interview processes with 2 additional firms whose organizational cultures and advancement opportunities aligned with her professional objectives. Meridian Private Wealth Management had expressed interest in her expertise for a Director of Client Portfolio Services position that would involve managing high-net-worth individual relationships while developing customized investment strategies for their most sophisticated clients. Global Financial Advisors approached her regarding a senior portfolio manager position with specific responsibility for institutional pension fund management and regulatory compliance oversight. The role offered immediate advancement to senior management level while providing exposure to complex regulatory environments that could enhance her professional credentials for future executive opportunities. The multiple interview processes created strategic decision-making challenges, as Alexandra evaluated organizational cultures, compensation packages, advancement potential, and personal factors that could influence long-term career satisfaction and professional fulfillment. Michael's guidance proved essential for objective assessment of each opportunity while maintaining appropriate confidentiality during the evaluation process. Their personal relationship continued developing alongside professional collaboration through social activities that revealed increasing compatibility and mutual attraction independent of consulting objectives. Weekend dinners and cultural events provided opportunities for personal conversation while maintaining respect for professional boundaries that remained important during her career transition period. During a Saturday evening dinner at an elegant downtown restaurant, their conversation evolved toward future planning that acknowledged both professional advancement and personal relationship development. The setting provided appropriate intimacy for discussing long-term objectives while maintaining the sophisticated approach to relationship development that had characterized their interaction throughout the consulting engagement. Michael shared strategic insights about his own career development that revealed ambitious objectives extending beyond his current consulting practice toward potential leadership opportunities within the financial services industry. His background included advanced education in organizational management and strategic planning that positioned him for executive roles at major financial institutions when appropriate opportunities emerged. My consulting practice has provided valuable experience with organizational transformation and strategic leadership development, Michael explained, while discussing his professional aspirations and long-term career planning. However, I remain interested in returning to operational leadership within a major financial institution where I could implement the strategic approaches I have developed through consulting engagement with multiple organizations. His disclosure revealed career ambitions that could create interesting dynamics regarding their respective professional development and potential collaboration opportunities. Alexandra recognized that his consulting expertise and industry relationships positioned him advantageously for executive leadership roles, while his personal qualities suggested exceptional potential for organizational transformation and performance improvement. The conversation naturally evolved toward discussion of how their relationship development might integrate with career advancement opportunities and strategic planning for both individuals. Their mutual attraction was accompanied by shared professional values and compatible approaches to business ethics that could support long-term partnership while enhancing rather than constraining their respective career trajectories. I believe our relationship has potential for supporting both personal fulfillment and professional advancement through collaboration and mutual advocacy, Alexandra observed while acknowledging the strategic dimension of their personal compatibility. Your consulting expertise and industry relationships complement my analytical capabilities and client management experience in ways that could benefit both our career development. Michael's response indicated genuine interest in exploring collaborative approaches to career advancement that could leverage their combined expertise while maintaining individual professional autonomy and strategic focus. Their relationship was developing foundation for long-term partnership that integrated personal compatibility with professional collaboration and mutual support for ambitious career objectives. The strategic decision-making process regarding job opportunities was approaching resolution, as Alexandra completed final interview rounds with her preferred organizations. Sterling Investment Partners remained her primary preference due to organizational culture that emphasized merit-based advancement and collaborative leadership styles that aligned with her professional values and working preferences. The compensation package offered by Sterling exceeded her current salary by 75%, while providing equity participation and performance bonuses that could result in total compensation approaching senior executive levels within the industry. The advancement opportunity represented vindication of her capabilities, while providing financial security that would support both personal objectives and continued professional development through advanced education and certification programs. The position acceptance would require resignation from Meridian financial and transition planning that could create uncomfortable dynamics with colleagues who had participated in sabotaging her advancement opportunities. Michael provided strategic guidance for managing the resignation process professionally, while protecting against potential retaliation or attempts to undermine her departure through negative references or relationship manipulation. Victoria Sterling contacted Alexandra unexpectedly during her decision-making process, requesting a confidential meeting to discuss potential advancement opportunities within Meridian Financial that had emerged following organizational restructuring and strategic planning initiatives. The timing suggested that leadership had become aware of external interest in her capabilities and was attempting to retain her services through competitive counteroffers. The meeting with Victoria occurred at an upscale coffee shop near their office building, providing neutral territory for discussion that could address both retention possibilities and professional relationship preservation, regardless of her ultimate decision. Victoria's approach reflected genuine concern about losing talented professionals, while acknowledging organizational failures in recognizing and advancing exceptional capabilities. Alexandra, I want to address directly the challenges you have experienced with advancement opportunities within our organization. Victoria began with unusual candor about internal political dynamics that had constrained her career development. Recent strategic assessment has revealed that we have not adequately recognized or utilized the capabilities of several exceptional professionals, including yourself. We are prepared to offer significant advancement opportunities that could address your professional objectives while providing compensation and responsibility levels that reflect your actual contributions. The retention offer included promotion to senior portfolio manager with immediate salary adjustment to market rates, expanded client relationship responsibilities, and project leadership opportunities that had previously been unavailable due to organizational politics and limited advancement structures. Victoria acknowledged explicitly that previous advancement decisions had been influenced by political considerations, rather than merit-based evaluation of capabilities and performance. Alexandra appreciated Victoria's honesty while recognizing that the retention offer represented reactive response to external market validation, rather than proactive recognition of her contributions and potential. The timing suggested that organizational change was motivated by competitive pressure rather than authentic commitment to merit-based advancement and professional development. "I am grateful for the recognition and the advancement opportunity," Alexandra responded diplomatically, while maintaining strategic flexibility regarding her ultimate decision. "The external interview process has provided valuable perspective about my market value and career options. I need to evaluate all opportunities carefully to determine the best strategic direction for my professional development and long-term career objectives." Victoria's expression indicated understanding that retention efforts might be unsuccessful, while acknowledging that Meridian Financial's previous treatment of Alexandra had created competitive disadvantage in retaining exceptional talent. The conversation concluded with mutual respect while leaving strategic options available for both parties regardless of her ultimate employment decision. The retention offer from Meridian Financial added complexity to Alexandra's decision-making process while providing additional validation of her market value and professional capabilities. The competitive situation between internal and external opportunities created strategic advantages for negotiation, while demonstrating industry recognition that transcended any individual organizational assessment. Michael's guidance proved essential for objective evaluation of the retention offer compared to external opportunities, while maintaining strategic focus on long-term career objectives rather than short-term considerations. His analysis emphasized the importance of organizational culture and advancement potential rather than simply compensation comparison or immediate convenience factors. The retention offer represents acknowledgement of your value while potentially maintaining some of the political dynamics that created previous advancement obstacles, Michael assessed, while helping her evaluate strategic implications of different career choices. External opportunities provide fresh organizational environments where your capabilities can be recognized without historical constraints or relationship complications that might limit future advancement potential. His strategic perspective reinforced Alexandra's inclination toward accepting the Sterling Investment Partners opportunity while maintaining professional relationships at Meridian Financial that could provide future networking value and industry connections. The decision represented strategic career advancement that could provide foundation for continued growth while demonstrating industry recognition of her exceptional capabilities. The career transition planning process required careful coordination of resignation timing, project transition responsibilities, and relationship management to maintain professional reputation while advancing to opportunities that better recognized her contributions and potential. Michael's consulting expertise proved valuable for strategic planning, while their personal relationship provided emotional support during the challenging process of major career change. As Alexandra prepared to finalize her decision regarding the Sterling Investment Partners opportunity, she reflected on the remarkable transformation that had occurred through strategic networking, professional development, and collaborative relationship building. The sabotage that had been intended to limit her advancement had ultimately motivated career positioning that exceeded her original objectives, while connecting her with professional and personal relationships that enhanced both immediate opportunities and long-term potential. The formal acceptance of Sterling Investment Partners' senior vice president position marked a pivotal transformation in Alexandra's career trajectory that validated her capabilities while providing unprecedented opportunities for professional growth and industry leadership. The decision represented strategic culmination of months of networking, professional development, and systematic career positioning that had transcended the limitations imposed by workplace sabotage at Meridian Financial. Sterling Investment Partners' compensation package exceeded all competing offers through comprehensive benefits that included base salary advancement of 87% above her current level, performance-based equity participation, and professional development allowances for continuing education and industry certification programs. The financial recognition reflected authentic appreciation for her capabilities while providing economic foundation for long-term security and strategic career advancement. The organizational culture at Sterling emphasized collaborative leadership and merit-based advancement through clearly defined promotion criteria and transparent performance evaluation processes. Senior executives demonstrated genuine commitment to professional development through mentorship programs and strategic project assignments that provided advancement opportunities based on demonstrated competence rather than political relationships or organizational tenure. Michael provided strategic guidance for resignation process management while maintaining appropriate professional boundaries during her career transition. His consulting expertise proved invaluable for drafting resignation communications, coordinating project transition responsibilities, and preparing for potential retention conversations or departure negotiations that could affect her professional reputation within the industry. The resignation meeting with Victoria Sterling required careful preparation to maintain professional relationships while communicating strategic career decisions that prioritized advancement opportunities over organizational loyalty. Alexandra approached the conversation with appreciation for mentorship received, while acknowledging that external opportunities better aligned with her professional objectives and growth potential. Victoria's response reflected disappointment, tempered by professional understanding of career advancement motivations and recognition that Meridian Financial had failed to provide appropriate opportunities for someone with Alexandra's capabilities. The conversation proceeded with mutual respect, while acknowledging organizational improvements needed to retain exceptional talent in competitive market conditions. Alexandra, while I am disappointed about losing your expertise, I understand the strategic rationale for your decision, Victoria acknowledged during their private discussion about transition planning and departure logistics. Sterling Investment Partners represents exactly the kind of advancement opportunity that reflects your capabilities and potential. I hope this experience provides insights for improving our internal advancement processes and recognition systems. The resignation process revealed genuine appreciation from colleagues who had recognized her contributions despite political obstacles that had constrained her advancement within the organization. Several team members expressed surprise about her departure while acknowledging that external opportunities provided advancement potential unavailable through internal promotion structures. James Rodriguez and Sarah Chen approached Alexandra privately to express gratitude for mentorship and collaborative support throughout their working relationship, while acknowledging awareness of the unfair treatment she had experienced during recent advancement cycles. Their observations confirmed that the sabotage campaign had been recognized by ethical colleagues who had been unable to intervene effectively due to political constraints and career security considerations. Your departure represents significant loss for our organizations, Sarah confided during a discreet conversation about transition planning and knowledge transfer. The advancement decision that excluded you was recognized by many colleagues as politically motivated rather than merit-based. I hope your new position provides the recognition and opportunities that should have been available here. The validation from respected colleagues provided confirmation that her assessment of organizational politics had been accurate while demonstrating industry recognition of her capabilities independent of recent promotion disappointments. The feedback reinforced confidence in her strategic decision-making while providing closure regarding relationship dynamics that had complicated her final months at Meridian Financial. Derek Thornfield's response to her resignation announcement revealed defensive positioning and apparent concern about potential implications for his own advancement trajectory and professional reputation. His attempts to minimize the significance of her departure while claiming credit for collaborative contributions demonstrated continued commitment to political manipulation rather than authentic professional development. The interaction with Derek confirmed that his advancement had been achieved through strategic sabotage rather than superior capabilities, validating her perceptions about the promotion process, while highlighting contrast between political opportunism and authentic professional excellence. His behavior during her departure provided final evidence of character deficiencies that had motivated his unethical approach to career advancement. Alexandra maintained professional courtesy during all departure interactions, while avoiding detailed discussion of her new position or advancement opportunities that could provide ammunition for continued political manipulation or attempts to undermine her transition's success. The strategic approach preserved relationships while protecting against potential interference with her new employment situation. The transition period included comprehensive documentation of project status, client relationship summaries, and analytical methodologies that ensured continuity of service delivery while demonstrating professional responsibility during departure processes. Alexandra's thorough approach to knowledge transfer reflected commitment to organizational success, despite personal advancement priorities and previous treatment by management. Client transition meetings provided opportunities for relationship preservation, while introducing successor portfolio managers who would assume responsibility for account management and strategic planning. Several institutional clients expressed appreciation for her service, while acknowledging disappointment about her departure and requesting contact information for potential future collaboration through her new organizational affiliation. The positive client feedback validated her relationship management capabilities while providing industry network expansion that could benefit both her new position and potential future business development opportunities. The professional reputation she had established through client service excellence transcended organizational boundaries while creating strategic advantages for continued career advancement. Michael's support throughout the transition process extended beyond consulting engagement toward authentic personal partnership that acknowledged their relationship development alongside professional collaboration. His guidance proved essential for strategic planning, while their growing emotional connection provided stability during the challenging process of major career change and organizational departure. Their relationship continued evolving through social activities that revealed increasing compatibility and shared perspectives on professional ethics, strategic planning, and long-term life objectives. Weekend dinners and cultural events provided opportunities for personal conversation while building foundation for authentic partnership that integrated professional advancement with personal fulfillment and mutual support. During a Sunday afternoon walk through the downtown district where both their professional activities were concentrated, their conversation addressed relationship development and future planning that acknowledged both career advancement and personal commitment potential. The setting provided appropriate intimacy for discussing long-term objectives while maintaining the sophisticated approach to relationship building that had characterized their interaction throughout the consulting engagement. Our relationship has provided both professional guidance and personal connection that I value highly, Alexandra observed while acknowledging the multiple dimensions of their partnership and their mutual attraction that had developed through collaborative interaction. I believe we have established foundation for continued development that could support both career objectives and authentic personal partnership. Michael's response indicated genuine commitment to relationship advancement, while maintaining respect for professional autonomy and strategic career focus that remained important for both individuals. His approach reflected mature understanding of relationship development that enhanced rather than constrained career advancement, while providing emotional support during challenging professional transitions. I have recognized for several weeks that my feelings for you extend beyond professional appreciation toward authentic personal attachment that I want to explore and develop, Michael replied, with characteristic directness and emotional honesty. Your intelligence, integrity, and resilience have created attraction that I believe could develop into significant long-term partnership with appropriate time and commitment from both of us. The mutual acknowledgement of relationship potential created foundation for continued development while respecting the strategic priorities and professional objectives that remained important during her career transition period. Their connection was based on authentic compatibility rather than workplace convenience or emotional rebound, providing stability for long-term relationship potential that could complement their respective career trajectories. The final week at Meridian Financial included completion of project transitions and client handoffs, while preparing for the strategic career advancement that Sterling Investment Partners represented. Alexandra approached departure with satisfaction about professional relationships preserved and strategic positioning achieved while maintaining focus on future opportunities, rather than dwelling on previous disappointments or political obstacles. Victoria Sterling hosted a departure reception that provided opportunities for colleague appreciation and relationship preservation, while acknowledging her contributions to organizational success despite limited advancement recognition. The event demonstrated respect for her capabilities while creating networking opportunities that could provide future collaboration potential through her new position. The reception conversations revealed that her departure had prompted organizational reflection about talent recognition and advancement processes that could benefit future employees, while acknowledging systemic improvements needed for competitive talent retention. Several colleagues expressed hope that her success would demonstrate advancement potential for ethical professionals who prioritized competence over political manipulation. Michael attended the departure reception as her guest, providing public acknowledgement of their relationship development while demonstrating professional support during her career transition. His presence created industry recognition of their partnership while establishing their connection within professional networks that could provide future collaboration opportunities and strategic advantages. The evening concluded with private celebration of her career advancement and relationship development that acknowledged the remarkable transformation achieved through strategic networking, professional excellence, and authentic relationship building. The sabotage that had been intended to limit her advancement had ultimately motivated positioning that exceeded original objectives, while connecting her with opportunities and relationships that enhanced both professional and personal fulfillment. Sterling Investment Partners' orientation process commenced the following Monday, with comprehensive introduction to organizational culture, strategic objectives, and operational procedures that would guide her transition into senior management responsibilities. The professional environment reflected genuine commitment to excellence and collaborative leadership that contrasted sharply with the political dynamics that had characterized her final months at Meridian Financial. The new position provided immediate advancement to senior executive level with responsibility for institutional client relationships worth over $2 billion and leadership authority for 12 portfolio managers and risk assessment specialists. The scope of responsibility exceeded her previous role significantly, while providing advancement potential for continued growth toward executive committee membership and organizational leadership. Her new colleagues demonstrated genuine professional competence and collaborative approaches that supported team success rather than individual advancement through political manipulation. The contrast with previous workplace dynamics reinforced confidence in her strategic decision while providing optimism about future advancement opportunities within an organization that valued authentic excellence and ethical leadership. The comprehensive benefits package included professional development allowances that supported continued education and certification programs, while providing equity participation that aligned her success with organizational performance. The financial recognition exceeded industry benchmarks while demonstrating authentic appreciation for her capabilities and commitment to long-term retention and advancement. During her first week at Sterling Investment Partners, Alexandra received congratulatory messages from industry contacts who had learned about her advancement through professional networks and conference relationships. The positive feedback confirmed that her career positioning had been successful while providing validation of strategic approaches recommended through her consulting relationship with Michael. The transition to senior management level required adaptation to expanded responsibilities and leadership expectations while maintaining analytical excellence and client relationship management that had established her professional reputation. The challenge provided opportunities for continued growth, while leveraging capabilities that had been underutilized in previous organizational constraints. The initial months at Sterling Investment Partners revealed the transformative impact of organizational culture that prioritized merit-based advancement and collaborative excellence over political maneuvering and relationship manipulation. Alexandra's transition into the senior vice president role proceeded seamlessly through comprehensive orientation programs and strategic mentorship that demonstrated authentic commitment to professional development and leadership advancement within the firm. The institutional client portfolio assigned to her management included pension funds, endowments, and corporate investment accounts, with combined assets exceeding $2 billion in market value. The responsibility required sophisticated understanding of regulatory compliance, risk management protocols, and investment strategy customization that utilized her analytical capabilities while providing advancement opportunities through high-visibility client relationship management and organizational leadership responsibilities. Sterling Investment Partners' operational philosophy emphasized client service excellence through innovative portfolio management approaches that integrated traditional investment strategies with emerging technological capabilities and advanced analytical methodologies. The organizational commitment to staying ahead of industry trends created a professional environment where Alexandra's innovative thinking and strategic insights received recognition and implementation rather than political suppression or competitive undermining. Her first major project involved comprehensive analysis of pension fund portfolio optimization opportunities that could enhance returns while maintaining appropriate risk profiles for long-term liability management. The assignment required collaboration with actuarial specialists, regulatory compliance officers, and external consulting firms, while coordinating implementation strategies across multiple client accounts with diverse investment objectives and constraint requirements. The analytical framework Alexandra developed integrated sophisticated mathematical modeling with practical implementation considerations that addressed regulatory requirements while optimizing performance outcomes for client portfolios. Her approach demonstrated exactly the kind of innovative thinking that had been suppressed at Meridian Financial through political interference and systematic sabotage of her advancement opportunities. The presentation of her pension fund optimization strategy to Sterling's executive committee generated enthusiastic response and immediate approval for implementation across appropriate client accounts. The positive reception validated her analytical capabilities while providing strategic positioning for continued advancement within an organization that recognized and rewarded authentic excellence rather than political manipulation. Senior partner Margaret Chen expressed particular appreciation for the comprehensive nature of Alexandra's analysis and the practical implementation guidance that demonstrated understanding of both theoretical optimization principles and operational realities within complex regulatory environments. The feedback confirmed that her capabilities were being appropriately recognized and utilized within Sterling's organizational culture. Your analytical framework represents exactly the kind of innovative thinking that distinguishes our firm within the competitive landscape of institutional investment management, Margaret observed during the post-presentation discussion with executive committee members. The integration of advanced modeling techniques with practical implementation strategies demonstrates strategic capabilities that will be valuable for client service excellence and organizational leadership development. The validation from senior leadership provided confidence, while establishing credibility for future strategic initiatives and advancement opportunities within Sterling Investment Partners. The contrast with her previous experience at Meridian Financial reinforced appreciation for organizational cultures that supported professional development through merit-based recognition rather than political constraint and competitive undermining. The implementation of her pension fund optimization strategies generated measurable performance improvements that exceeded client expectations while demonstrating return on investment for Sterling's commitment to analytical innovation and strategic portfolio management. The successful outcomes provided foundation for expanded responsibilities and leadership opportunities within the firm's institutional client services division. Alexandra's team leadership responsibilities included mentorship and professional development guidance for junior portfolio managers and analytical specialists who benefited from her experience with advanced modeling techniques and client relationship management strategies. The collaborative approach she employed reflected lessons learned about authentic leadership through competence rather than political manipulation or authority assertion. The mentorship relationships revealed that several team members had experienced similar challenges with workplace politics and advancement obstacles at previous organizations, creating opportunities for mutual support and professional development that transcended traditional hierarchical structures. Alexandra's leadership style emphasized empowerment and skill development, rather than dependency creation or competitive suppression. During evening hours, Alexandra's personal relationship with Michael continued developing through social activities and strategic conversations that revealed increasing compatibility and shared commitment to professional excellence and ethical business practices. Their connection provided emotional support while maintaining individual autonomy and career focus that enhanced rather than constrained their respective professional advancement trajectories. Michael's consulting practice was experiencing significant growth through strategic positioning and client satisfaction that generated referrals and expanded engagement opportunities with major financial institutions throughout the region. His success provided validation for the consulting expertise that had supported Alexandra's career recovery, while demonstrating business development capabilities that positioned him advantageously for potential executive leadership opportunities. Their relationship discussions increasingly addressed future planning that integrated career advancement with personal commitment and shared life objectives. The conversations occurred within context of professional success for both individuals rather than emotional dependency or career convenience, creating foundation for authentic partnership based on mutual attraction and compatible values rather than strategic necessity. Our professional collaboration has demonstrated compatibility that extends beyond consulting engagement toward authentic personal partnership, Alexandra observed during a weekend dinner conversation that addressed relationship development and future planning considerations. I believe we have established foundation for long-term commitment that could support both individual career advancement and shared life objectives through mutual support and strategic collaboration. Michael's response indicated genuine commitment to relationship advancement while maintaining appreciation for professional independence and career focus that remained important for both individuals. His approach reflected mature understanding of partnership development that enhanced personal fulfillment while supporting, rather than constraining, ambitious career objectives and professional growth aspirations. The combination of career advancement at Sterling Investment Partners and relationship development with Michael created personal and professional satisfaction that validated strategic approaches to overcoming workplace sabotage through excellence rather than retaliation or political counter-manipulation. The positive outcomes demonstrated that authentic competence and ethical behavior ultimately triumphed over short-term political advantages achieved through unethical means. Alexandra's industry visibility continued expanding through speaking engagements and professional publication opportunities that established thought leadership credentials, while enhancing Sterling Investment Partners' reputation for analytical innovation and strategic portfolio management expertise. The external recognition provided additional advancement opportunities, while validating the strategic career positioning that had emerged from her consulting relationship with Michael. The Regional Investment Management Association invited Alexandra to serve on their professional development committee, recognizing her expertise in analytical methodologies and commitment to mentorship and professional advancement within the industry. The appointment provided networking opportunities while establishing a platform for influencing industry standards and educational programs that could benefit emerging professionals throughout the region. Her involvement with professional associations revealed concerning trends regarding workplace politics and advancement obstacles that affected talented individuals across multiple organizations within the financial services industry. The pattern suggested systematic issues with recognition and development of exceptional capabilities when political considerations overrode merit-based evaluation and advancement processes. Alexandra began developing strategic initiatives through her association involvement that could address industry-wide challenges with talent recognition and professional development, while providing networking opportunities for individuals who had experienced similar obstacles to career advancement, despite demonstrated competence and exceptional performance capabilities. The initiative development required collaboration with industry leaders, educational institutions, and regulatory organizations, while maintaining focus on practical solutions that could be implemented across diverse organizational cultures and competitive environments. The project provided opportunities for strategic leadership while addressing systemic issues that had affected her own career development and continued to impact other professionals throughout the industry. Michael's consulting insights proved valuable for understanding organizational dynamics that created advancement obstacles, while developing systematic approaches for cultural transformation that could benefit both individuals and organizations through improved talent recognition and development processes. His expertise provided strategic framework for addressing complex challenges that transcended individual career advancement toward industry-wide improvement opportunities. The collaboration on industry initiatives demonstrated their professional compatibility while providing shared purpose that integrated career advancement with meaningful contribution to professional community development and systemic improvement. The partnership enhanced their individual capabilities while creating a platform for expanded influence and leadership within the financial services sector. Sterling Investment Partners' annual strategic planning process included Alexandra's participation in executive committee discussions regarding organizational growth strategies and competitive positioning within the institutional investment management marketplace. Her involvement reflected recognition of her strategic thinking capabilities while providing advancement opportunity toward potential partnership consideration and equity participation in firm ownership. The strategic planning discussions revealed ambitious growth objectives that would require expanded client acquisition and service capabilities while maintaining Sterling's reputation for analytical excellence and client relationship management. The growth strategies created advancement opportunities for senior professionals who demonstrated leadership capabilities and strategic thinking that could support organizational expansion and competitive advantage development. Alexandra's contributions to strategic planning included comprehensive analysis of competitive positioning and market opportunities that leveraged her industry knowledge and analytical capabilities while demonstrating executive leadership potential. Her recommendations received positive reception from existing partners while establishing credibility for future advancement consideration within Sterling's organizational structure. The recognition from senior leadership confirmed that her career recovery had exceeded original objectives while providing foundation for continued advancement toward executive committee membership and potential partnership opportunities. The trajectory validated strategic approaches to overcoming workplace sabotage through persistent excellence and professional development, rather than reactive or retaliatory responses to unfair treatment. During the strategic planning retreat, Alexandra received private feedback from managing partner Robert Sterling regarding her performance and advancement potential within the firm's leadership structure. The conversation provided insight into partnership criteria and timeline considerations while acknowledging exceptional performance that had exceeded expectations for someone in her current role duration. Your analytical capabilities and leadership development have been exceptional since joining Sterling Investment Partners, Robert observed during their private discussion about career advancement and organizational contribution. The client portfolio performance and team leadership you have demonstrated suggest strong potential for partnership consideration when appropriate timing and organizational growth create advancement opportunities. The feedback provided validation while establishing realistic expectations for continued advancement within Sterling's organizational structure. The partnership potential represented career objectives that exceeded her original aspirations, while demonstrating recovery from workplace sabotage that had transformed career limitations into unprecedented advancement opportunities through strategic positioning and authentic excellence. The evening reflection on career transformation and personal relationship development revealed remarkable progress achieved through strategic thinking, persistent excellence, and authentic relationship building, rather than political manipulation or retaliatory responses to unfair treatment. The outcomes validated approaches that prioritized long-term objectives over short-term emotional satisfaction, while demonstrating that competence and integrity ultimately triumphed over political opportunism and unethical behavior. The transition into winter brought sustained momentum in Alexandra's professional advancement at Sterling Investment Partners, alongside significant deepening in her personal relationship with Michael Harrison. Their connection had evolved from professional consultation through strategic collaboration toward authentic partnership that integrated career advancement with genuine emotional attachment, based on shared values and mutual respect for each other's capabilities and ambitions. The institutional client portfolio under Alexandra's management had generated exceptional performance results that exceeded industry benchmarks while maintaining appropriate risk profiles for long-term investment objectives. Her innovative analytical approaches and strategic portfolio optimization methodologies had attracted attention from prospective clients who were seeking sophisticated investment management services that combined traditional expertise with advanced technological capabilities. Sterling Investment Partners recognized her contributions through expanded responsibilities that included participation in new client acquisition initiatives and strategic partnership development with institutional investors seeking comprehensive portfolio management services. The advancement reflected organizational confidence in her capabilities while providing enhanced visibility within the regional financial services industry. The new business development role required presentation of investment strategies to pension fund trustees, endowment committees, and corporate treasury departments whose investment decisions represented millions of dollars in potential client acquisition opportunities. Alexandra's analytical expertise and communication capabilities proved highly effective for converting prospective relationships into formal client engagements that enhanced Sterling's market position. During a particularly significant presentation to the Metropolitan University Endowment Committee, Alexandra demonstrated comprehensive understanding of long-term investment planning that balanced growth objectives with risk management requirements appropriate for educational institution funding needs. Her strategic recommendations included innovative approaches to diversification that could enhance returns while maintaining stability necessary for ongoing operational support. The presentation resulted in a $40 million client engagement that represented one of Sterling's most significant new business acquisitions during the current fiscal year. The success validated her business development capabilities while establishing credibility for continued advancement toward partnership consideration within the firm's organizational structure. Managing partner Robert Sterling approached Alexandra following the endowment presentation to discuss her performance trajectory and potential acceleration of partnership track advancement based on exceptional contributions to client acquisition and portfolio management excellence. The conversation occurred in his private office with comprehensive discussion of partnership criteria and timeline considerations. Your business development success combined with portfolio management excellence demonstrates the kind of comprehensive capabilities we seek in partnership candidates, Robert explained during their strategic discussion about career advancement opportunities. The client acquisition results and performance outcomes you have generated suggest potential for accelerated partnership consideration when appropriate organizational growth creates advancement openings. The partnership discussion represented career advancement that exceeded her original objectives when joining Sterling Investment Partners, while validating the strategic career recovery that had emerged from workplace sabotage at Meridian Financial. The potential trajectory demonstrated how authentic excellence and strategic positioning could create opportunities that transcended temporary setbacks caused by political interference. Alexandra's personal relationship with Michael continued developing through regular social engagements that revealed increasing compatibility across multiple dimensions of shared interests and life planning considerations. Their weekend activities included cultural events, outdoor recreation, and professional networking occasions that provided opportunities for relationship building while maintaining individual career focus and strategic objectives. During a Saturday evening dinner at an elegant restaurant overlooking the downtown financial district, their conversation addressed relationship development and future planning, with increasing specificity about shared objectives and potential long-term commitment. The setting provided appropriate intimacy for serious discussion, while maintaining the sophisticated approach to relationship building that had characterized their interaction throughout their professional and personal association. Michael's disclosure about his business expansion plans revealed ambitious objectives that extended beyond his current consulting practice toward potential operational leadership opportunities within major financial institutions. His strategic planning included evaluation of executive positions that could provide advancement while utilizing his consulting expertise and organizational transformation capabilities for direct implementation rather than advisory engagement. My consulting experience has provided comprehensive understanding of organizational dynamics and strategic transformation requirements, Michael explained while discussing his career advancement considerations and long-term professional objectives. I am evaluating opportunities for operational leadership where I can implement systematic improvements rather than simply providing recommendations for others to execute. His career planning revealed potential for significant advancement that could create interesting dynamics regarding their respective professional development and strategic positioning within the financial services industry. Alexandra recognized that his consulting expertise and proven track record positioned him advantageously for executive leadership roles, while his personal qualities suggested exceptional potential for organizational transformation. The conversation naturally evolved toward discussion of how their relationship development might integrate with career advancement opportunities for both individuals, while maintaining professional autonomy and strategic focus on their respective objectives. Their mutual attraction was accompanied by compatible approaches to business ethics and professional excellence that could support long-term partnership through collaborative advancement strategies. I believe our relationship has developed foundation for long-term partnership that could enhance both personal fulfillment and professional advancement through mutual support and strategic collaboration, Alexandra observed, while acknowledging the multiple dimensions of their compatibility and shared commitment to professional excellence and ethical business practices. Michael's response indicated genuine commitment to relationship advancement, while maintaining appreciation for professional independence that remained important for both individuals. His approach reflected mature understanding of partnership development that enhanced personal satisfaction while supporting ambitious career objectives rather than constraining individual advancement potential. The mutual acknowledgement of long-term relationship potential created framework for continued development while respecting career priorities and professional objectives that remained central to their individual identities and strategic planning. Their connection was based on authentic compatibility rather than convenience or emotional dependency, providing stability for partnership that could complement their respective career trajectories. Sterling Investment Partners' holiday celebration provided opportunity for Alexandra to introduce Michael as her partner to colleagues and senior leadership, while demonstrating the personal relationship development that had occurred alongside her professional advancement. The event created industry recognition of their partnership, while establishing their connection within professional networks that could provide future collaboration opportunities. The holiday party conversations revealed that several Sterling colleagues had recognized Michael's reputation within the consulting industry and expressed interest in potential collaboration opportunities between Sterling Investment Partners and Harrison Strategic Advisors for organizational development and strategic planning initiatives. The networking connections provided mutual business development possibilities while validating their respective professional capabilities. Michael's interaction with Sterling's senior leadership demonstrated his strategic thinking and industry expertise while creating positive impression regarding his capabilities and potential for executive leadership roles. The conversations provided networking opportunities while establishing professional relationships that could benefit both his consulting practice and potential advancement to operational leadership positions. During the holiday party, Alexandra observed Michael's sophisticated understanding of organizational dynamics and strategic business development through his conversations with various Sterling colleagues and clients. His ability to engage effectively across different levels of organizational hierarchy while maintaining authentic professional relationships demonstrated leadership capabilities that exceeded typical consulting engagement parameters. Up next, you've got two more standout stories right on your screen. If this one hit the mark, you won't want to pass these up. Just click and check them out. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any upload from us.